So in this video, we're going to talk about graphing rational functions. So rational functions are going to be two isolated curves that are separated by what we call asymptotes. Asymptotes are vertical or horizontal lines that the graph cannot touch. It will approach, it will get very, very close, but it will not touch or cross those lines. Those lines are based on our equation. So the first line is going to be based on this number right here. And it's going to be the opposite of that number because the standard form for a rational expression is that. So f of x equals 1 over x minus h and then plus k. So in the formula, we already have the minus. So again, it's the opposite sign there. So our first asymptote is going to be x equals 4. So x equals 4 is a vertical line on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to draw a dotted line on x equals 4. The other asymptote is going to be this number out here. And that's going to be your y asymptote. So y equals 2. Notice in this one we're not changing the sign because our formula says plus. So on 2, I'm going to make a horizontal line because this is my y line. Okay, so now that I have those asymptotes, I am going to start to graph. So what you want to do to graph is you want to pick your vertical asymptote. In this case, it's going to be 4. And that's going to be your middle number because we cannot have a number there at 4. Okay? So I want two numbers below 4 and two numbers above 4. I like to pick the ones directly below and the ones directly above. So 5 and 6 and then 3 and 2 are going to be the numbers that I'm going to plug in. So I'm going to plug those in. So 1 over 2 minus 4 plus 2. So this would be 1 over negative 2 plus 2. So that'd be like 2 minus 1/2, which is 1.5. My next one is 3, so I'm going to do 1 over 3 minus 4 plus 2. This would result in 1 over negative 1 plus 2, which is really like saying 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So now I'm going to do 1 over 5 minus 4 plus 2. That would just be 1 over 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And then I've got 1 over 6 minus 4 plus 2, which is 1 over 2 plus 2. So I'm doing 2.5. 2 plus 1/2 is 2.5. Okay, so this 4 is kind of the break in the curve. These 2 points are going to be in one curve. These 2 points are going to be in the other curve. So let's plot those. So we've got 2, 1.5. And we've got 3, 1. Now remember what I said about asymptotes. Asymptotes, the graph can approach them, but it cannot cross or touch them. So I'm going to draw a curve here, but I'm going to make sure that it gets closer and closer to my 2 asymptotes, but it doesn't actually cross either one. Okay, so there's my first one. Now I'm going to plot my second one. So 5, 3. And 6, 2.5. And then again, when I draw this graph, I'm going to get closer and closer and closer to those lines, but never actually touch either one of them. And there you go. You just graphed a rational function.